Hello there, viewers. I'm the Knight of Arcane, and today is the official release of Hazbin Hotel. So, I wanted to do something with the characters from it for a video, and decided to draw them as Mortal Kombat Combatants. Part of the idea and story came when during Dead Meat's kill count for Mortal Kombat 10, James did a quick explanation of Shinnok from the other games and his backstory, along with NetherRealm's history. That gave me an interesting idea for a story I decided to do with Hazbin Hotel characters. While never really mentioned in the lore section, this does take place in an alternate timeline with different backstories for characters and events taking different turns outside of the obvious. Anyways, let's check out our Hazbin Hotel combatants, shall we? There have been many skilled and powerful fighters from across the many realms that have taken part in the Mortal Kombat tournament. Some to protect their home, some for glory in battle, and many for the conquest of other realms. The Netherrealm has been around since the beginning of time, a realm to over time house the souls of the dead and torture those that have committed heinous crimes. For a long time, Netherrealm was ruled by Lucifer, the god and protector of the realm, whose duty was not only related to keeping the balance of life and death for the realms, but also the warden and tormentor for the fallen elder god Shinnok. As the years went on, Lucifer had a daughter that he named Morningstar. She was the apple of his eye, but was good-hearted and naive. Two things he tried to rid her of, but no matter what, he couldn't. So he was content with at least training her to defend herself when she may one day take his throne. However, with the alliance between Shinnok and the sorcerer Quan Chi, his throne was taken not by his daughter, but by the fallen elder god. With her father defeated and killed by Shinnok, Morningstar fled the Netherrealm and hid out on Earthrealm, going by the name Charlie Main, for a few centuries, before the guardian of Earthrealm, Raiden, came to her. Once word of Lucifer's defeat had reached him, Raiden kept an eye on both Charlie and the Netherrealm, seeing great potential and generosity from the banished demon, and the growing threat Shinnok could become. Knowing that Quan Chi was allying himself with the Outworld ruler Shao Kahn, and the suffering Shinnok and the sorcerer were forcing on the demons of the realm and innocent souls they've taken to strengthen and arm their army, Raiden asked the true ruler of the Netherrealm to join forces with him, for the good of both their realms. Still good-hearted after all these years, the demon agreed to take a stand, and worked to help the Earthrealm god with preparing his fighters for Mortal Kombat. As more centuries have passed and war between both Outworld and the Netherrealm draws near, the now Charlie Morningstar knows to truly bring a modicum of peace to both of her homes, she must do more, and fight for Earthrealm personally in the tournament. That said, to show the cooperation and alliance between the realms, she needed to find fighters from Netherrealm to help her. Demons, Oni, specters, wraiths, even revenants needed to rise up and join the fight, or all the realms may suffer under the fallen god's rule. In the realm of Edenia, the Umgadi were selected as children to become the protectors of the royal family. Vaggie was one such child, chosen to protect the royal family. Over time, she would grow close to the older crown princess Sindel, before she then became the queen. Vaggie was her sworn spear, and respected but also loved the queen, caring deeply for her, but knew they could never be. While it hurt to see her marry Gerard, Vaggie held no ill will to the king, and respected his counsel, becoming friends with him. Unfortunately, not long after the marriage of Sindel and Gerard, Shao Kahn invaded Edenia, enslaving the people of the realm, and killing Gerard on the field of battle. Sindel was then taken as the Khan's queen, and he forced the remaining Umgadi to swear allegiance to him. Vaggie, enraged by the death of her friend, her fellow Ungadi sisters, and the forced marriage of her queen to their conqueror, tried to kill Shao Kahn the night before the wedding. She cared not for honor at that moment, as he held none, and went to kill the Khan in his sleep, yet was surprised when she went to stab his sleeping form. Shao Kahn grabbed her from behind. An illusion, made by the sorcerer Shang Tsung, after the two were tipped off by another Ungadi that truly pledged loyalty to the Khan, warning them of Vagiffa's plan. On the day of the wedding, after the marriage was official, Vagiffa was brought out, beaten, bruised, and missing an eye from the torture the Khan subdued to her through the night, was declared a traitor to the royal family, and beheaded by Shao Kahn himself, all to the horror of Sindel. Not long after, Vagiffa woke up in the Netherrealm, raised to be a revenant by Quan Chi, as both a punishment and a deal between the two realms. For years, Vagiffa was forced to be the guard and assassin of the sorcerer, tortured daily, knowing she couldn't escape this fate, as she even fought for him in the tournament. However, he made a mistake when he sent the Revenant to try and kill the great Kung Lao. While Shang Tsung had no fears of being bested by the Shaolin monk, he didn't want his streak in the tournament to be threatened by this fighter that was handling himself pretty well, so he called in a favor with Quan Chi to have him killed. Vagiffa was sent off on the night before the fight, and like many years before, would try to kill the warrior in his sleep. But history would repeat itself again, and she'd be stopped by an ally of Earthrealm. Charlie had been helping Raiden train the great Kung Lao to prepare him to face any foe Outworld could and would try to use against him, and was staying the night, when she sensed the familiar essence of someone from her realm, and the feel of Quan Chi's magic. Charlie fought the Revenant, yet made no moves to kill, only defend, studying her opponent. While quite skilled, the demon could see the grief and misery in the Revenant's eye. After disarming and knocking her to the ground, Charlie worked her own magic, and broke the control Quan Chi had, though couldn't bring the Revenant back to life. Once free, Vagiffa asked about Edenia and of Sindel, and was heartbroken to learn how much her people now suffered, and distraught to learn of her queen's death. With Quan Chi's control broken, and the great Kung Lao's victory over Shang Tsung, Vagiffa devoted herself to Charlie, becoming her protector, friend, and over time, much more, joining her love's goal to bring peace to the realms. But with another tournament coming up, and war likely to follow, Vagiffa will soon have to deal with one of her greatest fears, facing the daughters of the queen she once swore to protect. Will she be able to protect Melina and Kitana, or have to choose between them and Charlie? Zeterans face many challenges for the Millennium, from having to flee Earthrealm to being conquered by Outworld, taking a toll on the population after each disaster. To try and survive, some Zeterans evolved, changing to look like other reptiles, some even growing long tails instead of legs, and looking more like snakes, who call themselves Zeteran Serpentine. When looking for another great Zeteran warrior for his army like Psylocke, better known as Reptile, Shao Kahn requested Quan Chi to resurrect a great Serpentine general whose tomb was found by one of his commanders. While the Zeteran Serpentine was resurrected as a revenant, it was not the great general. Instead, it was an amateur inventor from Zeteran's past called Pentious, and while he was an average combatant, he worked more with his brain than brawn, a cunning snake, who took the first chance he had to trick Quan Chi and break free from his control. Now left to roam Outworld, he soon stumbled across a young Aaron Black, one of the members of the Black Dragons, who fled to Outworld to continue their criminal activities through the realms, though still hunted by the US Special Forces. Intrigued by the more modern weapons and machinery of the current age, Pentious made an offer to the clan's leader, Kano, with helping them supply criminals and armies across the realms with advanced technologies he came up with before his death, even offering to replace the crime lord's missing eye for free. Pentious was brought aboard, going by the name Serpent, and helped the Black Dragons prosper with new technologies and weapons, even starting deals with some members of the Lin Kuei, who looked to enhance their members with cybernetic augmentations. Kano and Serpent became quick friends, having so much in common in their personalities and such, with the latter becoming Kano's right-hand man, though did have problems with the man's daughter. At one point, Charlie approached the Revenant, hoping to have another Netherrealm denizen of sorts to help her cause, though he laughed at both her approach and goal. However, once Kano was told about this exchange by Serpent, a plan formed, with a possibility to make the Black Dragons rich and in the good graces of Shao Kahn. Serpent would then approach Charlie and offer to help after thinking over on her words. But he and Kano had a plan, to infiltrate the little group Raiden and Charlie were making, to gather intel, and to possibly give the Khan success in the next tournament. Will Serpent be able to succeed in his plan, or maybe, just maybe, will he actually change his mind in the end? Just a quick reminder, we have a Patreon set up. It's a great way to help support the channel. As a patron, you get access to monthly art polls, early access to content, and monthly art-related rewards, starting with character headshots. So if you can, head over to our Patreon to become a patron today, starting at $3 a month. Every little bit helps. Anyways, now back to the combatants. The demon sorcerer Alastor is an enigma to those across the realms, that no one knows where he came from, or who he was before. One look at the tall man, and one can easily tell he's some form of revenant. Yet he holds so much power and dark magic, it's impossible for him to be bound to another, let alone be allowed to move about as he does. There are many instances where Alastor has shown up across the realms, making deals, collecting debts, and killing hundreds, making many enemies with powerful people. He has played both sides, helping a realm at one moment, then letting it fall the next, for all his sick form of entertainment, with only a few by his side to help do more menial tasks. At one point, when helping a town he made a deal with from the Black Dragons, Serpent seemed to know the Revenant, yet Alastor himself claimed to not know him. While he may not have recognized him now as a Revenant, it does beg the question of just how long has Alastor been around. Many warlords, protectors, and even gods fear this man, believing they know what he's capable of, but fearing there might be even more to him. Even the sorcerers Quan Chi and Shang Tsung fear him, though also respect him. Quan Chi even used Alastor as a threat if revenants like Vaggie failed him, where he'd send them to try and kill the demon sorcerer, knowing it was a death threat for any assassin to go for him. But to the shock and surprise of everyone, he appeared out of the blue one day at Raiden's temple, offering the god and Charlie his services in the next tournaments. Not for the safety and the good of the realms, or to cast Shinnok off the Netherrealm throne, but he believed Charlie and these newest batch of fighters Raiden had acquired to be entertaining, and wanted front row seats to see what happens. Vaggie straight up distrusts him, while Raiden and Charlie are cautious of the man, knowing the power and influence he has. While no official deal was struck, something both beings knew not to do with him, Alastor has set to work helping Earthrealm and Charlie for what's to come, even bringing in some of his own people to help in the fight against the other realms. Yet, what is Alastor's angle? What might he really be planning? Raiden and Charlie better be prepared if he does try something. But will they be enough against Alastor? Or will they need more? And will even that be enough against the Demon Sorcerer? And that was Hazbin Hotel as Mortal Kombat Combatants. I believe this is another great set of art, even if there are parts of Pentious/Serpent I would probably redo. But what did you think of them? Let me know in the comments, along with other Hazbin Hotel characters I should make into combatants, which I did tease a bit already, other things I should turn Hazbin Hotel characters into, and other series I should put into Mortal Kombat, which I did a small teaser for in the lore if you can or already spotted it. If you're a fan of Hazbin Hotel, I have other videos relating to its sister series Hell of a Boss, where I turn characters from it into Spider-Man and Mandalorians, and for more gaming related content, we have FNAF animatronics as superheroes, or Mario characters as animatronics you can also check out. And if you liked what you saw, then leave a like, and subscribe to join our growing little Arcane town, to be in the know for any future videos, polls, and plans. Along with the other art shorts I have, including the daily Hazbin Hotel drawings I've been doing up to the show's release. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Later!